Hey everyone, welcome to Skein Spider. Hope you're having a good Friday. Today's pattern is Whale Take 2, so grab your hooks and let's get started. So I am cheating a little bit today. This isn't actually a new pattern, but a pattern that I have on my channel already. It was the very first scrap stash video I did. And since that video went up, the one thing that I've consistently heard back from people is that it's a bit too fast. So what I've done today is I've just made a slowed down version of the pattern. So it's the same pattern, just slowed down for the people who prefer that. And I've also included in this pattern the horn that wasn't in the scrap stash version. So if you want to crochet the additional features that are seen in the scrap stash thumbnail, you'll have to head over to my Instagram for that. But if you just want to crochet the whale with the slowed down version, that's what we're going to be doing today. To make this pattern, you're going to need a hook that is the size that matches whatever yarn you're using. You're going to need scissors, stitch markers, a needle, pins, stuffing, yarn in a colour or colours of your choice, plus an optional material of a pipe cleaner. Round 1 is 6 single crochet in a magic circle. Now you may have noticed I'm not using my regular 8-ply yarn and 3mm hook for this. I'm actually using 12-ply yarn and a 4mm hook just because I wanted a slightly bigger whale, but you can use whatever yarn weight you like. Just make sure you have the correct hook size for your yarn. Round 2 is 6 increases. That's just 2 single crochet in each stitch. Round 3, we're going to begin with 1 single crochet, and then we're going to follow that up with an increase in the next stitch, and then we're just going to repeat that pattern of 1 single crochet, 1 increase for the entire round, or 6 times in total. Round 4 also begins with 1 single crochet and then an increase in the second stitch. Increase. And then we're going to repeat 2 single crochet, 1 and 2, followed by an increase 5 times. Increase. When you've done that 5th increase, you should have 1 stitch left in your round, and we're just going to single crochet into that. At the end of round 4, you should have 24 stitches in your round, and then round 5 is just going to be a single crochet in each one. So 24 single crochet in total. Round 6 is 3 single crochet, 1 increase repeated 6 times. Round 7 begins with 10 single crochet. And 10. And then we're going to follow that with 10 half double crochet. Now to do a half double crochet, you're going to yarn over first before you go into the stitch. And once you have yarned over, that's when we go into the stitch. So yarn over, go into the stitch, yarn over and pull through. At this point you should have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over again and then just pull through all 3 of those loops. And that's how you do a half double crochet. So again, yarn over, go into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, you'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 of those loops. So we've done 2 half double crochet, now we need to do 8 more. And 10. And then we're just going to finish the round with 10 single crochet. Round 8 is going to be 9 single crochet, 1 increase repeated 3 times. Round 9 begins with 11 single crochet, and then we're going to do 11 half double crochet and then finish off the round with 11 more single crochet. Round 10 is 10 single crochet and an increase repeated 3 times. Round 11 is 12 single crochet followed by 12 half double crochet and then 12 single crochet. At the end of round 11 you should have 36 stitches in your round, and then rounds 12 through to 14 are just going to be 36 single crochet. Round 15 starts off with an invisible decrease. To do an invisible decrease, we're going to go under the front loops of each of the next 2 stitches. So the front loop is, if you think of each individual stitch as a V, the front loop is the part of the V that's closest to us, so this part here. We're going to go under that, and then under the front loop of the next stitch as well. Yarn over and pull through both of those front loops. This will leave you with 2 loops on your hook, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through to complete the decrease. After the first decrease, we're going to do 6 single crochet. And then we're just going to repeat that same pattern. 1 decrease, 6 single crochet. Next we're going to do 12 half double crochet. And 12, and then we're going to do another decrease and then finish off round 15 with 6 single crochet. Round 16 is going to be 13 single crochet, 11 half double crochet, and then 9 single crochet. For round 17, we're going to do 1 decrease followed by 5 single crochet and repeat that pattern twice, and then we're going to do 11 half double crochet, 1 decrease, and finish the round with 6 single crochet. For round 18, we're going to begin with a decrease and 4 single crochet repeated twice. Then we're going to do 2 single crochet, followed by 8 half double crochet, and then we're going to finish the round with 1 decrease and then 6 single crochet. Round 19 is 1 decrease followed by 3 single crochet repeated twice, and then we're going to do 1 single crochet, 8 half double crochet, 1 decrease, and finish off the round with 6 single crochet. After round 19, we're just going to secure our end, and then we're going to begin adding some stuffing. When you finish stuffing, just go ahead and reinsert your hook, and then we're going to continue on with round 20. Now we begin round 20 with 6 slip stitches. To do a slip stitch, you're going to go into the next stitch, yarn over and pull through, And instead of yarning over and pulling through again, we're instead just going to pull straight through the loop on our hook. And that's going to be our first slip stitch. Now with your slip stitches, make sure that if you tend to crochet with a fairly tight tension, you just want to ease up a little bit so your tension's a little bit looser, because if you crochet these slip stitches too tightly, they're going to be really hard to work into in the next round. So just ease up slightly if you have a tight tension. And 6, double check that. We're going to follow those 6 slip stitches with 2 single crochet. And then we're going to do 8 half double crochet. Then we're going to do 2 more single crochet. And 2. And finish off round 20 with another 6 slip stitches. And again, just keep in mind that you want to crochet these a little bit looser than the rest of your stitches. Round 21 is 1 decrease and 3 single crochet repeated twice. Then we're going to do 7 half double crochet, 1 decrease and 5 single crochet to finish the round. Both rounds 22 and 23 begin with 5 slip stitches, followed by 2 single crochet, 7 half double crochet, 2 single crochet, and then finish the round with another 5 slip stitches. Round 24 is 1 decrease, 2 single crochet repeated twice, and then we're going to do 7 half double crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 decrease, and finish off the round with 3 single crochet. Both rounds 25 and 26 begin with 5 slip stitches, then 1 single crochet, 6 half double crochet, 1 single crochet, and finish off the round with another 5 slip stitches. After round 26, we're going to add a little bit more stuffing. Round 27 is 7 single crochet, 1 decrease repeated twice. Round 28 is 16 single crochet. Round 29 is 1 decrease, 6 single crochet repeated twice. And after round 29, we're just going to add a little bit more stuffing, and then from this point onwards, we're just going to continue stuffing as we go. Round 30 is 1 decrease followed by 5 single crochet repeated twice. Round 31 is 1 decrease, 4 single crochet repeated twice, and then after we've finished round 31, we're just going to add a little bit more stuffing. Round 32 is 1 decrease, 3 single crochet repeated twice. And then round 33, our final round, is just 1 decrease, 2 single crochet repeated twice. When you're finished, we're just going to cut a short tail, pull up with your hook. To finish off, you're going to grab your needle and then thread the tail end through that. And then we're going to go under the front loops of each of the last 6 stitches to close up this hole. So starting from behind the front loop, you're going to go underneath and push your needle forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Pull firmly on the yarn so that hole closes up, and then all we're going to do is weave the needle back through the body to secure the end. And then we can just snip off the excess, and the whale body is done. For the fins, we're going to begin with 6 single crochet in a magic circle. Round 2 is 1 single crochet, 1 increase repeated 3 times. Round 3 is just 9 single crochet. Round 4 is 2 single crochet, 1 increase repeated 3 times. At the end of round 4, you should have 12 stitches in your round, and then rounds 5, 6, and 7 are just going to be 12 single crochet. Round 8 is 4 single crochet, 1 decrease repeated twice. And round 9, which is our last round, is 3 single crochet, 1 decrease repeated twice. We're just going to finish off with a slip stitch, and you'll need to leave a tail so you can sew the fin onto the body. To make the flukes, we're going to begin with 4 single crochet in a magic circle. Round 2 is 1 single crochet, 1 increase repeated twice. Round 3 is just 6 single crochet. Round 4 is 1 single crochet, 1 increase repeated 3 times. Round 5 is 2 single crochet, 1 increase repeated 3 times. Round 6 is 3 single crochet, 1 increase repeated 3 times. At the end of round 6, there should be 15 stitches in your round, and then rounds 7, 8, and 9 are just going to be 15 single crochet. Round 10 is 1 decrease and then 13 single crochet. Round 11 is 5 single crochet, 1 decrease repeated twice. Round 12 is 2 single crochet, 1 decrease repeated 3 times. And lastly, round 13 is 1 single crochet, 1 decrease repeated 3 times. Like we did with the fins, we're just going to slip stitch to finish and then leave a tail for sewing. For the underbelly, you're going to need both your white and black yarn. We're going to begin with the white and we're going to be working in rows this time instead of rounds. So make a slip knot and then begin by chaining 9. Starting in the second chain from the hook, we're going to single crochet 8 for row 1. For both rows 2 and 3, we're going to begin by chaining 1 and then single crocheting 8 across. Row 4, begin by chaining 1 and turning your work. We're going to put 1 increase in the next stitch. We're going to follow that with 6 single crochet. And 6, and this should leave us with 1 stitch left in the row, and we're just going to put an increase into that. Rows 5 and 6, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and then do 10 single crochet across. For row 7, chain 1 and turn your work. We're going to increase in the next stitch, then we're going to do 8 single crochet and increase in the last stitch. Rows 8 and 9 are chain 1, turn your work, and then 12 single crochet across. Row 10, chain and turn. This time we're going to do 1 increase, 10 single crochet, 1 increase. Rows 11 through to 14 are going to be chain 1, turn your work, and then 14 single crochet across. Row 15, chain 1 and turn your work. We're going to begin with a single crochet 2 together. To do that, we're going to go into the first stitch, yarn over and pull through, but rather than finishing the stitch, we're going to go into the second stitch, yarn over and pull through. This will leave you with 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over once more and just pull through all 3 of those loops. And that's how you single crochet 2 together. We're going to follow that with 10 single crochet. This will leave us with 2 stitches left. We're going to single crochet 2 together once more. Go into the first stitch, yarn over, pull through, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. For row 16, chain and turn, and we're going to do 12 single crochet across. Row 17, chain 1 and turn your work. We're going to single crochet 2 together, then do 8 single crochet and then single crochet 2 together to finish the row. Row 18, chain and turn, and we're going to do 10 single crochet. Row 19, chain 1 and turn. We're going to single crochet 2 together and then do 8 single crochet. Row 20, chain and turn, and we're going to do 9 single crochet. Row 21, chain and turn, and we're going to single crochet 2 together and then do 7 single crochet. Row 22, chain and turn, and we're going to do 8 single crochet. Row 23, chain 1 and turn your work, single crochet 2 together, and we're going to do 6 single crochet. Row 24, chain 1 and turn, and do 7 single crochet. Row 25, chain and turn, single crochet 2 together, and then follow that with 5 single crochet. Row 26, chain and turn, and then do 6 single crochet. Row 27, chain and turn, we're going to single crochet 2 together, and then follow that with 4 single crochet. Row 28, chain and turn, and then 5 single crochet. Row 29, chain 1, turn your work. We're going to single crochet 2 together and then do 3 single crochet. For row 30, chain 1, turn your work and do 4 single crochet. Row 31, chain and turn, we're going to single crochet 2 together and then do 2 single crochet. Row 32 is chain and turn, and then 3 single crochet. Row 33, chain, turn, and then single crochet 2 together and 1 single crochet. For row 34, chain 1, turn your work, and then do 2 single crochet. And then row 35 is our final round. We're just going to chain 1, turn our work again, and finish with a single crochet 2 together. To finish off the white part of the belly, all we're going to do is single crochet around the edge of the entire piece. We're just going to put 1 single crochet in at the end of each row, so on this side, single crochet across the top here, and then single crochet back down the opposite side. You're just going to slip stitch to finish off, and then leave a fairly long tail for sewing. To finish off the belly, we're going to need our black yarn, and also you can use 2 stitch markers for the next part to help you out. We're going to start at the top of the mouth here, so the wider piece, not this shorter end, and you're going to count out your rows until you reach about rounds 13 or 14. You're going to place a stitch marker at the end of round 13 or 14. Then grab your hook and you're going to insert your hook into that stitch on the right hand side. So if this is the way the piece sits, you're going to insert your hook on the right hand side, and we're going to join the black yarn. To do that, just take your yarn, line it up behind the stitch, yarn over and pull through, and then we're just going to slip stitch to join. All we're going to do for this next bit is slip stitch all the way around the top of the mouthpiece until we reach our second stitch marker, or we reach the end, or the other end I should say, of row 13. I'm just going to put in my last slip stitch. Now there's 2 ways you can go from here. You can cut a short tail and then just weave in both ends at the back of the stitches here to hide them, or you can do what I'm going to do, which is cut a longer tail for the black yarn. Oops. Because I like to sew the black stitches on with my black yarn and my white stitches on with the white yarn. You can sew the entire piece on with just the white yarn. If you pull the yarn firmly enough, you won't see it when you sew on the black stitches, but I just prefer to do it this way just in case. There's one more thing we're going to be crocheting in this tutorial, and that is a little horn for our whale. We're going to work this entire pattern in the back loop only, so every round is going to be worked in the back loops. We're going to begin with 4 single crochet in a magic circle. Round 2 is 1 increase followed by 3 single crochet, again worked entirely into the back loops. Rounds 3 and 4 are 5 single crochet each, or you can just do 10 single crochet consecutively. Again, we're working entirely into the back loops. Round 5 is 1 increase followed by 4 single crochet, worked in the back loops only. Round 6 and 7 are 6 single crochet in the back loop. Round 8 is worked in the back loop only, and we're going to do 1 increase, 5 single crochet. Rounds 9 and 10 are 7 single crochet worked into the back loop. And round 11, the final round, is just 1 increase, 6 single crochet. Again, worked entirely into the back loops. Slip stitch to finish off and leave a tail for sewing. You can add a bit of stuffing to the horn if you like, but instead what I'm going to do is cut a pipe cleaner in half, and then I'm going to halve that again, and I'm just going to insert that into my horn instead to help it keep its shape. So if you don't have a pipe cleaner, you can use a bit of wire, or you can just add some stuffing. For the assembly stage, you're going to need your pins, and we're going to begin by attaching the belly to the whale body. You're going to take the front of the mouth, which is the longer part here, not the thinner part at the other end that goes against the tail. You're going to center the top of the mouth just below round 1. So you can see round 1 is here, and the middle of the mouth is going to sit just below that. Pin that in place, and then you're just going to smooth down the rest of the belly along the body, pinning as you go. And then we're going to make sure the tail part, this longer end, sits up behind the tail. Now you may have to do a little bit of rearranging until the belly patch sits in the middle of both the body and the tail, but just keep moving your pins around as needed. And then once you're happy with how it's sitting, we're going to begin by sewing on the white stitches first. So start at the back of the tail here, and then we're going to thread our needle, and then we're just going to begin sewing by going into the body. And at this point, do be careful because the tail's not very thick and the pins do tend to stick out a little bit, so be careful you don't hurt yourself. Once you've gone through the body, we're going to go back up through the stitches of the underbelly, and then from there back into the same stitch we worked out of and across to the next stitch. And when you pull firmly, that will hide the V of the stitches of the underbelly. So once again, I'm going to go up through the underbelly stitch, back into the same stitch we just worked out from on the body, and then down one stitch. And you're going to repeat that all the way along. When you get to this point, if you're going to swap yarn colors like I'm planning to, I will show you how to do that when we get there. But if you're not going to do that, just continue sewing on the entire belly patch with your white yarn. So I've just made my last stitch in the white, and what I'm going to do is take my needle and then work it back. Oh, where are we? There we go. Across the body. And then I'm just going to weave it down to where the white stitches start on the opposite side. So here. And I'm just going to leave the white yarn there for now, take the tail end out of my needle. And the first thing I'm going to do is thread this smaller tail end of the black yarn into the body to hide it. Then I'm going to go and take my longer length of the black yarn and thread that through my needle. And I'm going to start sewing back in the opposite direction until I reach the point where I finish sewing with my white yarn. When you're finished with the black yarn, you're just going to weave that into the body to secure it. And then we're just going to go back to our white yarn that we weaved across the body. And then we're just going to sew on the last part here. You're going to pin the flippers in place at the side of the body. The middle of the flipper, so here, should sit over where the black and white yarn meet at the side. So if I turn my wheel over, this part here where the mouth ends is where the middle of the flipper is going to sit, and you're just going to place it directly above that. Pin them in place, and then you're just going to thread your needle with the tail end and sew those on as well. Next we're going to put the flukes on. You're just going to sit one on either side of the end of the tail. I'd recommend doing this one piece at a time because you can, if you're using pins, get, oh, like I just did then, pricked by them very easily because we're working in such a small area. Next we're going to add the eyes. I prefer to do this before sewing on the horn just because that tends to get in the way a little bit. So you're going to thread your needle with some black yarn or some embroidery thread and then use pins to mark out where you want the eyes to be. Once you've done those two things, we're then just going to insert our needle into the body somewhere, doesn't really matter where, and then go out through one of the stitches where your pins are. Pull the yarn through until there's just a little tail left outside the body. This just needs to be long enough that you can tie it off at the end. It doesn't need to be too long. From here, you're just going to follow whatever pattern you've marked out for your eyes. So for me, that's just a triangle. So I'm going to go from the top pin here, straight out of the bottom left one. pull firmly on the yarn so that lays flat, but just make sure that this end piece doesn't pull through. Then I'm going to go back to the top and just complete the shape. Again, pulling firmly so it lays nice and flat. Then I'm going to do the second eye, so I'm just going to push my needle through the body, out. Come on. We'll just go out this stitch. And then again out through one of the stitches where my pins are. When you're finished, you're just going to tie off these ends, trim down the excess, and then grab a crochet hook and you're just going to pull that knot back into the body. And then the last step is going to be to sew on the horn. Now, because I've used pipe cleaners, I'm going to push them into the body first, so I want to center it probably about there. When you've got the horn where you want it to sit, pin it in place and then sew it on. And with that, your whale is all finished. Remember to check out the other patterns for the additional features over on my Instagram, and I'll see you guys next week with another pattern.